All right, they told me we can get started, y'all. Welcome to the 2026 Distinguished Alumni Recognition and Student Scholarship Awards. I'm Brittany Harris. I'm president of the board of directors for the Killeen ISD Education Foundation. Tonight, we are partnering with KISD Alumni Association for this special program. The Alumni Committee operates as a division of the Education Foundation, and I am proud of the work that they do to help with the foundation's goals. To open our ceremony, I would like to call Hadassah Moon, a senior at Chaparral High School, to sing the national anthem. Hadassah is in the varsity choir and the a cappella group, Silver Links. She is involved in both the theater and choral programs at Chaparral, where she holds several leadership roles and has received several awards, including Top Performer, All-Star Cast, Region Choir, and Superior Ratings at UIL State Solo and Ensemble. Hadassah plans to attend Oklahoma City University, where she will major in arts administration with a goal of running a community theater. Will the audience please stand?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Hadassah. That was beautiful. You may be seated. As we begin, I'd like to take a moment to recognize some special people in the audience. Members of the KISD Board of Trustees, will you please stand? Thank you. Next, I would like to recognize our Killeen ISD System Superintendent, Dr. King Davis, and members of our senior staff. Will you all please stand and be recognized? We would also like to recognize any campus or district staff here tonight. Will you all stand and be recognized? Thank you. If there are any elected officials here with us this evening, will you please stand and be recognized? All right. All right. This is the 20th year to host the Distinguished Alumni Ceremony for our past graduates. The names of all of the previous award winners are listed in the back of your program book. Many of these honorees live far away and could not come, but we'd like to honor those who were able to join us tonight. Those of you who have been honored as a distinguished alumni in the past, will you please stand and be recognized? Welcome home. Finally, I want to take this opportunity to recognize the efforts of the volunteers who make up the board of directors for the Killeen ISD Education Foundation and the Killeen ISD Alumni Association. Will all foundation and alumni members please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Tonight is a joint effort between the Foundation Board and Alumni Association, and it is one of our signature events of the year. One of the privileges of being on this board is the ability to work together to help students reach their goals of continuing their education after high school. This year, over 250 students submitted scholarship application, and tonight we celebrate those 81 students whose applications stood out above and beyond the rest. The difficult job of reading and matching students to the scholarships fell on the scholarship committee led by Julia Doro, chairperson. Would our co-chairs, Julia Doro and Aaron Mills, and our scholarship committee please stand and be recognized? Thank you again for all who have joined us. At this time, I will turn the program over to Leslie Gilmore, the director of Killeen ISD Education Foundation.
Hi. Brad told me to move that back, so I only do what I'm told. I want to thank Brittany. She's been an amazing foundation president. Thank you for the introductions and for starting us off. It is so nice to be with all of you tonight as we celebrate these amazing students and the inspiring Distinguished Alumni. This is my third Distinguished Alumni and Scholarship Award event, and as the director, and I'm just really, really thrilled to be here to honor everyone. I remember when we did this a bunch of years ago out at CTC, and it was such a small group. It was a smaller room, and it's wonderful to see that we've increased the number of scholarships, the number of kids in our Distinguished Alumni. So I want to thank y'all for being donors and supporters of what we do. This year is a very special year. It is the 25th anniversary, the silver anniversary of our Education Foundation, and we are so excited to start our celebration season with all of you tonight. The visionary of the Killeen ISD Education Foundation is beloved former superintendent Dr. Charles Patterson, who had the forethought in 2001 to begin something extraordinary that would provide more opportunities for our students and staff to further their education and to continue the journey as being a lifelong learner. In 2003, the Alumni Association was established as a program committee of the foundation. In 2004, the alumni, well, I just said that. I really wrote that sentence twice, so y'all just check that off as my one mistake. We have come a long way since 2004. This year we had over, like Brittany said, 250 kids submit applications, and these 81 scholarships that we are giving out tonight are a total of $101,350. The work of awarding these scholarships would not be possible without the amazing work from our foundation staff and the scholarship committee. Jessica Cobb, our foundation specialist, does incredible work for the foundation. She's the person who manages the scholarships and grant application process, making sure that everything is done in order for our committee to do their work. She goes above and beyond, and our office could not survive without the work that she does. Additionally, our fabulous intern, Chloe King, is also a hero in our office. She works tirelessly alongside Jessica and me to make sure everything goes smoothly. Jessica and Chloe, they're probably not in there, but if you are in here, please stand. But can y'all just give me a big round of applause for them? I think I spotted them hiding out in the hallway. Additionally, tonight would not be possible without our scholarship committee. Julia Doro and Aaron Mills are just the best little co-chairs, and they just do an amazing job with the people on their committee. So I want to thank y'all again, our scholarship committee, our counselors, everybody. Because of what y'all do, we have this many kids that want to go to college and pursue education after high school. So can we just say thanks to all those folks? We are able to do this important work because of the dedicated friends who trust us with their funds to make a difference in the lives of students. All of our scholarships have a purpose and a reason behind the donation, every single one. There isn't one person that gives us money and says, oh, here, y'all just do this because, we think y'all are great. Every single scholarship has a story. It has a name. It's somebody behind that. And we could not do that without the folks that entrust us with their money. We don't take for granted that you've given that money to us, and we try very, very hard to make the best use of those funds. We are thankful for your trust in us, and now it is time to honor our amazing students and scholarship donors. First, we're going to start with Central Texas College. Joining me on the stage from Central Texas College is Valerie Payson, Director of College Development and the CTC Foundation, and Shantae Grace, Vice Chancellor of Central Texas College. Our awards for Central Texas College are a little bit different because what the kids are receiving here is a 12-hour tuition waiver. So that means for their very first semester, if they take 12 hours, the tuition is covered and they don't have to pay anything. So let's give them a round of applause just for that special gift. Students, if y'all would, please, it's time to line up and let's get your scholarships. All right, the first scholarships are Alawasan Adu from Shoemaker High School. Yeah, if you're here, come on up. Amani Gardner, Harker Heights High School? Yes. Talia Martin, Ellison High School. Fatima Muhammad, Killeen High School. And Filma Nakashima, Chaparral High School. And from, we had two from Harker Heights, and Charlie Wozniak from Harker Heights High School. Congratulations. Thank you, Valerie, and Central Texas College for your support. The next recipients will receive a $1,000 scholarship from the KISD Alumni Association. The funding for these scholarships comes from our Poinsettias with a Purpose fundraiser. Raise your hand if you've ever bought a poinsettia from the foundation. Ooh, yes. Very good. Thank you. If you've bought foundation poinsettias, you are helping us raise the money for that. And then we're going to come back and we're going to ask you to give us more money this year, okay? We will call in November. First, we have Maria Barraza, Killeen High School. Alana Green, Chaparral High School. Her mom called earlier. She was not able to make it, but I wanted to say her name so everybody could hear her name as well. Addison Jones, Harker Heights High School. Kaya King, Early College High School. There we go. I might be going too fast. Brendan Logan, Shoemaker High School. Isabella Picasso, Ellison High School. Picture. A new scholarship was started this year by the Honorable Rick Morris and his wife Karen in memory of Roy Dale Adams, 1973 graduate of Killeen High School. Roy Dale was a coach and a math teacher, as well as an administrator in his long career in education. He is also the brother of past distinguished alumni, the Honorable Gordon Adams. The first recipient of this scholarship is Raven Adkins, Ellison High School. Kevin Bark was a 1989 graduate of Ellison High School who had a career in healthcare and in insurance. Kevin passed away in 2024, but his friends and family wanted to honor his memory, so they gave the funds to start a scholarship for him. The recipient this year is Callie Walker, Ellison High School. The next scholarship is the Charlton Family Scholarship. Michael Charlton is a member of our Alumni Association and our Education Foundation. The recipient of the scholarship this year is someone that y'all met earlier this evening when she sang the beautiful rendition of our national anthem, Hadassah Moon, Chaparral High School. Our next scholarship is the Glenn and Pat Collins Scholarship, and the recipient this year is Joey Sen Atkins. She not here? She's not here, but thank you for applauding anyway. The Crow family sponsors this scholarship in honor of their former KISD teacher, Mr. Richard Crow, who taught at East Ward and Modmore Wood. The recipient, are we out of order? Oh, you did make it. I'm so sorry. This is Zoe, everyone. They say if it rains on your wedding day, it's a perfect day. So if the announcer flubs something, it must mean it's a perfect event, right? Yeah. All right, the Crow family sponsors their scholarship in memory of former KISD teacher, Mr. Richard Crow, who taught at East Ward and Modmore Wood Elementaries. The recipient this year is Aaliyah Harris, Harker Heights High School. We are so appreciative of the Joni and Carlos de los Santos family. They are so generous with their support. They fund 3 scholarships each year. Last year, we also had the privilege of honoring Carlos de los Santos as a distinguished alumni. The first scholarship award that they sponsor is the De los Santos Academic Scholarship. The recipient is Carolyn Vanderberg, Harker Heights High School. The second scholarship is the Joni Lutz de los Santos Education Scholarship. The recipient this year is Gabriella Kenworthy, Harker Heights High School. The Dennis Eakin family started the Dennis Eakin Kia Excellence in Arts Scholarship this past year to provide a scholarship for a KISD student who wishes to pursue an education in the field of arts. The recipient this year is Army Melton, Chaparral High School. Good job, you're welcome. The next scholarship is provided by one of our own Education Foundation board members and her family, the Doro Family Scholarship. The recipient of the scholarship this year is Sarah Sawyer, Ellison High School. The next scholarship is the Educated Angel Scholarship in memory of C. Zachary Shepard. Mark and Sybil Shepard started the foundation to honor their son, C. Zach. Each year, they have a bowling tournament, and they raise money at this bowling tournament for their scholarship. This year's recipient is Kaylee Melvin, Harker Heights High School. The third of the De Los Santos' scholarships is the Andreas O. Garza Memorial Scholarship, which is named in honor and memory of former Killeen High School and Texas A&M drum major Andreas Garza. This year's recipient is Destiny Lee, Harker Heights High School. We are so thankful to the ladies of the GFCW Wednesday Review Club who volunteered their time working in the Killeen ISD Harp Clothes Closet. Their scholarship recipient this year is Madeline Dixon, Shoemaker High School. We appreciate the continued support from the Harker Heights Chamber of Commerce. It is important that the school district and the local communities work together, and we are grateful to Rebecca Moon and her folks from the Harker Heights Chamber. The scholarship recipient this year is Janelle Hurt, Harker Heights High School. Next is the Dr. Jim and Nancy Hawkins Scholarship given by former KISD superintendent and his wife to honor a student going into the educational field. This year's recipient is Rebecca Coe, Harker Heights High School. The early college high school teachers and staff contribute to 2 different scholarship funds for their students. The Heart of a Lion Scholarship is awarded to recipients this year, Jada Levi and Maximus Shenan. Can y'all please join us? We just have one tonight.
Thank you.
Killeen High School, class of 1968, raised funds at their recent 57th class reunion to fund a scholarship this year. The recipient is John Renfro, Killeen High School. We appreciate the Killeen School Retirees Organization and their support each year. This year, they are providing money for 2 scholarships. Taylor Henderson, Harker Heights High School. And Paris Lee, Early College High School. The Killeen ISD Education Foundation Board sponsors 3 scholarships each year. These scholarships are funded through the funds that we raise through the year during our different fundraising campaigns. The recipients this year are Ricky Brown, Harker Heights High School, Montserrat Hernandez Martinez, Julian Ruiz, Harker Heights High School. The Lions Pride Scholarship is the second of the scholarships provided by the staff of Early College High School. The award this year is going to Karina Petrie, Early College High School. The Jerry Lisenby Memorial Scholarship is in memory of longtime Killeen resident and owner of Killeen Pest Control. Receiving this scholarship is Connor Winter, Harker Heights High School. Another of our Education Foundation members and former KISD school board member, Aaron and Cullen Mills, established the Mills Family Scholarship last year. The recipient this year is Janine Lashley Hill, Shoemaker High School. The Morgan Family Scholarship honors a student in the JROTC program. The scholarship this year is being awarded to Derek Murdahl, Chaparral High School. The Bunkley Coach Morris Scholarship is named in memory of beloved coach, math teacher, and mentor Bunkley Morris. I knew him, and I knew that he would love knowing that his memory is being carried on through his friends and family in the Pan American Golf Association. This year, 2 students will receive these scholarships. The first student is Alyssa Dell, Shoemaker High School. The second is John Dickerson, Ellison High School. The Schleter Scholarship Fund is provided by former Distinguished Alumni recipient and faithful supporter Stan Schleter. This year, the scholarship is being awarded to Stacy Obang, Early College High School. The Seton Healthcare System has a wonderful representative from their organization on our board as our events chairperson, Miss Melanie Smith. This year, they have chosen to fund a scholarship. The first recipient of this scholarship is Gracie Campbell, Harker Heights High School. Our foundation was contacted this fall from the Killeen Sister Cities Osan Korea Committee about awarding scholarships for Killeen ISD students. They wanted to celebrate the legacy of its founder, Miss Lisa Humphreys. This wonderful organization chose the Killeen ISD Education Foundation as one of the recipients of a $5,000 donation. Tonight, we award 5 $1,000 scholarships to the following students: Krista Garcia, Ellison High School. Ariana Guzman, Chaparral High School. Joanvir Smith, Chaparral High School. Camille Staples, Ellison High School. Angelina Wilson, Ellison High School. The Joseph L. Searles III Memorial Scholarship, named for former distinguished alumni and namesake of Searles Stadium, is being awarded this year to Araya Sanchez, Killeen High School. The Gerald Skidmore and Wanell Bird Skidmore Memorial Scholarship is named for local community leader and journalist and his wife, a former KISD educator. The children of these remarkable people honor them each year by providing the funding for a scholarship. This year's recipients are Jace Bloss, Harker Heights High School, and Hannah Newsom, Chaparral High School. This year, retired teachers Mindy and John Smallwood reached out to the Education Foundation with a desire to fund a scholarship for students who wanted to study education in college. The first recipient of the Smallwood Family Scholarship is Eva Servin, Killeen High School. But she's not here, but we can clap for her. A little interesting fact is that Mindy told us that when we told her the name of her student, she said, "I know who that kid is." And she taught her in pre-K. It was a random thing. So she's going to make arrangements to get to see her, but we thought that was a really neat full circle moment that a kid she taught when she was 4 years old is now receiving a scholarship with their name. So thank you for that. Our last group of scholarships that we're going to present are our endowed scholarships, which are gifts of $25,000 or more, which provide perpetual funds so generations of Killeen ISD students continue to reach their goals of higher education. I would like to thank past and present board of directors for their diligence in managing these important funds for our foundation. We are so thankful for their guidance and the trust that our donors put in the foundation. The first scholarship is also one of our newest endowments. Bonnie and Randy Brummagem are retired educators for Killeen ISD, and Randy is also a retired colonel in the Army. They've chosen to provide scholarships for 2 students this year. The first scholarship is for a student who plans to join the Air Force ROTC in college to become an Air Force pilot. Stephen Nelson, Shoemaker High School. The second scholarship is for a student who plans to go into the field of education, Journey Clarkson Early College. Our endowed folks come up, so we want to give you a chance to just say hello to everybody. This is you. Yep.
I need to move this up a little bit.
You can.
It gives me a great deal of pleasure to introduce these 2 students and to be able, and we're blessed by God to be able to do this. So Stephen Nelson and Journey Clarkson, best of luck in your endeavors.
Thank you. Next is Dr. Susan Buckley, Assistant Superintendent, and she will make 2 presentations.
Have to wear my glasses. I'm Susan Buckley, and I'm honored to present the next 2 endowed scholarships on behalf of the Buckley family. My family has been part of Killeen Independent School District for nearly 90 years, and is proud of the many Buckleys that have graduated from KISD or served as educators in our great district. Additionally, we are very, very passionate about this district and growing future educators. So our first scholarship tonight I'll be presenting this evening is the Leo Buckley Memorial Scholarship. Coach Buckley was my grandfather-in-law, a teacher, head football coach at Killeen High School, go Roos, and athletic director for the Killeen Independent School District. Receiving this award tonight is Aaliyah Martinez-Jones from Ellison High School and the Killeen Career Center. She is captain of the cheerleading squad, an honor student, and will be attending the University of Houston and majoring in secondary education. The second scholarship I'll be presenting this evening is the Lolly Buckley Memorial Scholarship. Lolly was my mother-in-law, a first grade teacher at Clifton Park Elementary School, and an early childhood instructional specialist for KISD. Lolly served the students and teachers of KISD for more than 38 years. Receiving this award tonight is Madeline Harvey from Chaparral High School and the Career Center. She is an honor student, president of the Texas Association of Future Educators, maintains a 3.93 GPA, and will attend Texas A&M University, whoop, and major in elementary education.
Next is the Dick and Barbara Burke Memorial Scholarship. Presenting on their behalf is Kathleen Burke.
The Dick and Barbara Burke Memorial Scholarship honors our parents who unfortunately passed away in 21 and 22. I stand here on behalf of my 6 siblings, and none of us would be here without our parents' resilience in overcoming poverty. They were the first in their families to attend college. My father was told just go work at the Chevy plant, but chose a different path. My mom taught full-time in a crowded Catholic school classroom of 45 students while attending night classes and working weekends at Marshall Fields to earn her degree. How did they break the cycle? Education. Supported by teachers, mentors, and scholarships that changed their lives. A defining moment for my father was meeting Martin Luther King Jr. through a college experience in Alabama in the 50s. That encounter shaped his lifelong commitment to being a soldier's soldier and a commitment to service, leadership, and doing what is right, even when it's not popular. We PCS'd all the time, it felt like. I went to 8 schools in 12 years, and we always came back to Fort Hood. When we would complain, he would say, "It's a great place to be a soldier." For 10 years, I was blessed to be the principal of Early College High School, shout out Lions, where I saw on the water tower every single day, the great place. Yet what makes Killeen Fort Hood great? We are a globally diverse community built on the sacrifice and service of our military. We have grit and kindness, and we are just good, kind, hardworking people. All of the scholars today, when you are away and you are having feelings of doubt, remember that you are from the great place and you can do hard things. Today, Blaze Hiapo from Chaparral High School is the recipient of this scholarship. Blaze is a scholar athlete, and he will be not only playing soccer, but studying business at Schreiner University.
The Cleaver Family Scholarship is provided for Killeen High School students by Jerry Sue and Tony Cleaver, their daughter and former distinguished alumni Amelia Cleaver Hartman and her husband Michael, and their son Max and his wife Brandy, who was a former director of the KISD Education Foundation. This family lost their leader, retired Colonel Tony Cleaver, this past year, but his legacy will live on through their generous scholarship. Receiving the Cleaver Scholarship are two students from Killeen High School this evening. First is Yelana Allen. The second is Alexis Petty. There you go. The Myrtle Cockerham Memorial Scholarship is named after the mother of Sarah Cockerham Lynch, former Distinguished Alumni recipient. Sarah is unable to be here this evening, but she wanted us to share that her mother loved education and the sciences, and she even took classes at Texas A&M Central Texas when she was older, where she received her associate's degree. I think that's so great. The recipient of the scholarship this year is Hannah Shin, Harker Heights High School. Next is the Ace M. Connell Music Scholarship, and it is being introduced by his granddaughter, Paige Connell Tibbetts.
For those of y'all who knew my grandpa, you know that music was a huge part of his life. It wasn't just something that he enjoyed, it's how he connected, how he expressed himself, and how he brought people together. His love for music naturally carried on to his children and grandchildren, and it remains an important part of our lives today. The Ace M. Connell Music Endowed Scholarship was created to honor his legacy and to support students who share the same passion, students who understand that music takes dedication, creativity, and heart, and who are willing to pursue it with a purpose. Each year, it is incredibly special for our family to watch the passion continue to grow through the next generation. This year's recipient truly embodies the spirit of the scholarship through their commitment to music and their future goals. This year's recipient is James Lowe, a senior at Harker Heights High School, where they have been actively involved in the orchestra. He plans to attend the University of North Texas, where he plans to study commercial music. James, your passion and dedication reflect exactly what the scholarship stands for, and we are honored to support you as you continue your journey. On behalf of the Connell family, it is my pleasure to present with you the Ace M. Connell Music Endowed Scholarship.
We will be seeing Ace Connell's son in a little bit, Mitch, whenever he's introduced as one of our distinguished alumni. Thank y'all. The John and Gladys Driver Scholarship has two recipients. This endowment was named after the very first principal of Ellison High School. Both Mr. and Mrs. Driver wanted to see students of the future excel and be lifelong learners. Receiving the scholarship tonight are Angelica Contreras Diaza, Killeen, Ellison High School. And Kiani Pittman, Ellison High School. A new endowed scholarship was established this past year in memory of beloved longtime Killeen resident, Mr. Kyle Hilliard. Kyle and his wife Betsy valued education and loved the Killeen community. Betsy was a nurse in Killeen ISD for many years, and Kyle was a history and English teacher, and then a school counselor before he opened his Hilliard Insurance Agency. Kyle was a graduate of University of Texas in Austin, where he played baseball for legendary Coach Dish of Dishwalk Field. The recipient of the Kyle Hilliard Memorial Scholarship is Emily Peterson, Chaparral High School. The James K. Hubert Memorial Scholarship is given by Dr. Jeff and Amy Hubert in honor of their son, who passed away at a very young age. Their scholarship is designed to be awarded to a student who is studying athletic training or medicine. This year's recipient is Lerone James, Harker Heights High School. Harriet C. Jackson Scholarship is funded by Dr. Linda Hankins in memory of Miss Jackson, a science teacher at Ellison. Linda shared that Miss Jackson could relate science to most things. She said that science is everywhere, and she was fascinated by the wonder in all directions. The recipient of the scholarship this year is Tyson Salaziz, Early College High School. I'm sure I butchered that. Next is the Tyler James Memorial Golf Scholarship. Making this presentation, hopefully, will be Miss June James, Tyler's mom and assistant principal at Killeen High School.
I'll start with, I never had a Tarleton shirt. But Lane, come on up. I'm privileged to present Lane the Tyler James Memorial Scholarship. Tyler loved the Roos, and so does Lane. This is our way to give back to Killeen ISD and Killeen High School kids. Lane and Tyler are a lot alike. Their smile, their hugs, and their presence make my day every day. Lane has done so many things. He is the National Mascot Hall of Fame. He plays tennis. He's student council. He's NHS. He's class president. He's FFA vice president. He's at the Career Center working on a certified tech. Anything he does is with heart, and we love that. Lane will be attending Tarleton State University to major in pre-veterinary studies, and we hope to see Lane fulfill his dreams as he continues to help others and be the Lane that he is. Thank you, Education Foundation.
You did good, Jean. She wasn't sure she could get through it, but I think she did a great job. The Margaret Hunt Memorial Scholarship is next, and it will be presented by Maureen Montez.
It's with great honor that I get to present the Margaret Hunt Memorial Scholarship. You heard my sister Kathleen speak of our parents, Dick and Barbara. Margaret was the beautiful sister of my mother. I had the benefit of being her goddaughter as well, so she's a very special person to me. Margaret spent her life in service and in education as well. She was a nun for a majority of her lifetime, and throughout all that time she taught and ultimately became a principal. Her end of her educational career was at St. Joseph's Catholic Church as the principal, and then became pastoral assistant of St. Paul's. She loved youth, she loved education, and of course, She loved the church. And it's with a little bit of divine intervention that I have the opportunity to speak about Margaret today, because we technically aren't an endowed scholarship yet. So the gauntlet has been dropped to my siblings and my cousins, so we'll make that happen. But I didn't want to not recognize Miss Miranda Organ Soto and her future endeavors. She's a graduate of Killeen High School, and she will be attending Tarleton and studying psychology to become a speech pathologist. I think it's a great fit for focusing on helping others, and I'm excited that you're receiving the scholarship today. So please welcome Miranda.
Dr. Henry A. Mayer, Jr. was a pilot and medic in Vietnam. Upon returning from war, he finished his medical degree and became an orthopedic surgeon. For over 35 years, Dr. Mayer served Killeen ISD as the sideline doctor for our football teams. The scholarship honoring him this year is being presented to Lillian Moss, Harker Heights High School. Next, I would like to ask Miss Nancy Feaster to join me on the stage, and she's going to introduce her scholarship.
Good evening, everyone. I am proud to present a scholarship in my son's name to Amia Cambrick. She's not here this evening. She is a graduate of Shoemaker High. She will be going to UNT Dallas and majoring in science and art. I want to say that my son was a 2004 graduate of Shoemaker. He attended public school all through kindergarten to grade 12. I feel proud. I am proud to see this sea of graduates. And I am a big supporter of public schools. Public schools made a career for me. And I hope that you take with you a sense of community. I think public school can give us community. I know they're not perfect, but I wish for y'all that sense of community as you go through your future. And congratulations to all of you.
The Gary and Helen Purser Endowed Family Scholarship was established by the Purser family, who have been community leaders for many decades here in the Killeen Harker Heights area. I guarantee you that many of the sidewalks and the curbs and the gutters in your neighborhoods were built by the Purser family. We are thankful for their commitment of growth and education. Their scholarship is a culmination of their whole family just really believing in what we do. Sue Van Zanten is our treasurer for the KISD Education Foundation, and tonight we would like to ask Nathan Fortson, Harker Heights High School. Our next scholarship presenter is Miss Beth Robinson, and she's on her way up.
Sorry to keep everybody waiting. My name's Beth Robinson, and my scholarship is for kiddos that have some sort of special ability, not disability. We have exceptional special abilities, and this year's scholarship recipient is Josiah Howard. Josiah is going to go to Temple College and become a dental hygienist. Gonna take care of our teeth.
Hold on, young man.
No, Josiah, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet.
Next is the Mike Russell Eagle Scout Memorial Scholarship, and it will be presented by Matthew Russell.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a true honor to stand here before you tonight as I present the Michael Russell Eagle Scout Memorial Scholarship to a most deserving KISD graduate. As we celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Killeen ISD Education Foundation, I'm proud to share that I've been a part of this effort for the last 12 years from the scholarship giving side. This scholarship is awarded to an outstanding KISD graduate, and it holds a special meaning for me as I'm an alumnus of Harker Heights High School, which is Alexander School as well. I firmly believe living life of service, giving back to your community selflessly without expecting anything in return. Alexander exemplifies this belief in every way. In learning more about him, I was struck by the many accomplishments tied to his name, particularly his recognition as a National Merit Scholarship finalist. His musical achievements are equally impressive, including his distinction as an all-state orchestra member. Through a combination of academic excellence and leadership both on and off campus, Alexander has truly distinguished himself and represented his community with pride. This one's for my daughter out in the crowd. We have an incoming dad joke alert. Alexander's future aspirations are quite literally out of this world, with a strong interest in aerospace engineering. Without further ado, Alexander, I hope the scholarship helps you pursue your lifelong goals as you prepare to attend Michigan University and followed by Georgia Tech University. Congratulations.
A faithful donor and community leader, Mr. Abdul Sabani, has endowed the Sabani Foundation Scholarship. His commitment to this community is evident in the many organizations and activities that he is affiliated with. This year, the Melanie Reyes from Killeen High School is the recipient of that scholarship. The Jennifer Eric Sims Scholarship is next, and I would like to ask Ms. Jennifer Sullivan to come up and present the scholarship.
When my brother Jim Sims and I moved to Killeen, he was in the 4th grade and I was in the 6th grade. And years later, we both graduated from Killeen High School. Many years after that, both of my sons graduated from Ellison High School. During that time, I spent 30-plus years working as a teacher and administrator in KISD. retiring as principal of Clifton Park Elementary, where my children had gone to elementary school. And all of that is to say that KISD means a lot to me, and I was grateful when my brother endowed a scholarship in my name a couple of years ago so that he, his wife Peggy, and I could begin to be a part of honoring students like the ones who are here tonight. We're especially pleased to learn that the third annual Jennifer Eric Sims Sullivan Scholarship goes to Garland Keith Potvin III. Tripp, as he is better known to his friends, will graduate from Ellison High School as one of the top honors graduates. He is president of the National Honor Society, is one of 3 drum majors of the EHS band, and while he was doing all that at school, he started his own lawn care business in his spare time. He will attend Texas A&M University with fields of interest in becoming a game warden and or at a later time, a nuclear engineer.
Our next scholarship is being presented by KISD School Board President, Mr. Brett Williams.
I'm waiting on Leslie to point me to where the script is. That's why.
You can read it right there.
There you go. Okay. First, I want to say the Thopel Family Endowed Scholarship was done by Dr. John Thopel, who's a 1993 graduate of Killeen High School, as well as a graduate of Texas A&M University. And also, I will say this, he's one of the most renowned OBGYNs in the state of Texas. So our next scholarship is a Thopel Family Endowed Scholarship. Dr. John Thopel is one of our distinguished alumni, and he's unable to attend tonight, but he responded in his email and said that Brett Williams will present it for me. So even though he's younger than me, I'm following his orders and I'm here. Tonight, the winner is Mikhail Jiang of Early College High School. He is not present. Well, Leslie, you're going. Okay, well then I can tell you. I talked to some kids in the hallway, and I can tell you that this young man is going to Texas A&M University, and he is going to study to be a pharmacist. And then I talked to some of his classmates who also informed me that he's such a sharp young man, he is actually graduating a year early. So this year's recipient of the Thopel Family Endowed Scholarship is Mikhail Jiang of Early College High School. Congratulations.
All right. Let me get my little paper back. All right. We have 2 endowed scholarships provided by Patricia Cummins and the Wallace Vernon family. We are going to invite them to come up and present both of those scholarships at this time. This is Patricia Cummins.
Good evening. Before you can lead others, you must first learn to lead yourself. You, Emily North, demonstrated the grit to earn a 3.83 GPA at Killeen High School. And you showed courage, resolve, and strength of character. You displayed grit, but you didn't get here by yourself. Countless other people in your life helped you to this point. Some you might know, like your family and friends, but a great many you don't know. Invisible people. I know this because I too have these kind of people, unknown friends who have helped me to this point as well, to have the opportunity to pay it forward. A few of the past and present distinguished alumni heroes in our audience, like Mr. Hollinger, were my family friends when we were growing up in our community. Several years ago, I created 2 scholarships The Vernon Cummins Endowed Scholarship was created to honor my husband and our combined passion for leadership and learning. We both share a strong passion for learning, and I volunteer in the leadership roles for Scouting America, which is fundamentally about learning. Jean studied at Southern Mississippi University, Tarleton State, and the U.S. Army War College. And Jean's primary avenue for learning was through the Army and ROTC program. He volunteers for the National Guard of Texas. We both want to give you, Emily, this opportunity to pursue your passions and someday give back to your community. Jean and I believe it is a pleasure to say to you, have fun, continue to develop your leadership grit, studying at Tarleton State University and studying veterinary science and agribusiness. Congratulations.
I am Laura Dunnels, and Patricia Cummings asked me to present this scholarship that is named for her parents. It is the Emmerdale and Wallace Vernon Endowed Scholarship, and it looked for a deserving student who works part-time, participates in community service, and volunteers. This was important to the Vernons, as Mrs. Vernon volunteered as a Sunday school teacher for 30 years, served as the children's director at the church for 3 years, helped organize the Texas Chargers for the deaf and blind, and was president of the Wednesday Review Club, which supported the homeless students in KISD. Both Mr. and Mrs. Vernon gave their time and energy to the Boys and Girls Club for over 60 years. This recipient works part-time. She works at the Royal Caribbean Restaurant, and she also volunteers at the food pantry. The Vernons also wanted their scholarship to go to a student that would either attend Texas A&M University Central Texas, UMHB, or Texas Tech. The Vernons are avid Texas A&M Central Texas supporters. Mrs. Vernon attended UMHB, and Mr. Vernon attended Texas Tech. Our recipient today, Deanna Niles, from Early College High School, is the recipient of this award. And she plans to attend UMHB and study graphic design.
The Johnny Watson Family Memorial Scholarship is in memory of Mr. Johnny Watson. Johnny spent 35 years in education, with 34 of them serving in Killeen ISD as a teacher, assistant principal, and principal. His wife Peggy also spent 34 of 36 of her years in education here in KISD. Peggy was unable to be here tonight, but the recipient this year is Jake Kilpatrick, Killeen High School. Presenting the Al Doc Wilson Endowed Scholarship this evening is Killeen High School Dean of Students, Matt Wadaki.
Tonight I have the privilege of recognizing a very special senior with the Al Doc Wilson Scholarship. Doc Wilson was more than just an athletic trainer at Killeen High School. He was one of the cornerstones of this campus for decades. His dedicated life was to support students, athletes, and programs with unmatched care and consistency. Doc believed in showing up every day with a purpose, heart, and a genuine love for what you do. After a 57-year career in Killeen ISD, all at Killeen High School, Doc retired in 2018. He briefly returned to work in 2019 when there was a trainer shortage in the district, and then he retired again. He lives by the idea that if you enjoy what you do, you never have to work a day in your life. He continues to pass that mindset on to generations of Killeen ISD students as a substitute teacher at Killeen High School. Yes, Doc is still working, and he continues to grace us at Killeen High with his presence. Doc and his lovely wife, Gail, are here tonight. If you can please stand. This scholarship honors a student who embodies the same spirit as Doc Wilson, someone who just doesn't participate but leads the way, someone who doesn't just work hard but finds joy in their journey. This year's recipient is Jillian Moody. As the drum major for the Killeen High School Marching Band, Jillian has led with pride, precision, and poise. And as a leader on the Kangaroo dance team, she has demonstrated discipline, leadership, and unwavering commitment to excellence. She's the kind of student who pours her heart into everything that she does, inspires others along the way. Ironically, at some point in her late elementary school years, she went to the training room to see Doc, where she got hurt when she was dancing. Her mom took her to see Doc as she worked at Killeen High School. And Doc, as most of you know, told her, just put some ice on it, she'll be fine. It turns out she was okay, as this year she graduates with her associate's degree from CTC. Next year, she'll attend University of Texas San Antonio, plans to major in biology on a pre-med track, and in true Doc Wilson fashion, she continues to do what she loves, to be in the band and dance, proving that passion and purpose can go hand in hand. Congratulations to senior leader and Rue, Jillian Moody.
The final scholarship presented tonight honors the late Bill Yowell. The Killeen ISD Education Foundation every year has a clay shoot. We hold it used to be in August, we moved it to September, and it was a little bit cooler. So we're going to do it in September again this year. But our clay shoot is our only true fundraiser that we do as a foundation. And we started that. Mr. Bill Farley was Bill Yowell's son-in-law, and he brought the clay shoot to us before I was here, but it is a really fun day. It is a great way of honoring things, and it's a really great way to honor Mr. Bill Yowell. So tonight, the Bill Yowell Memorial Scholarship is to Miss Bevan Parker, Harker Heights High School. On behalf of the Alumni Association and Education Foundation, I want to say thank you to everyone involved in our scholarship program. We also want to thank the staff of the high school campuses for helping the students with their applications for these scholarships. They truly do make a difference in these kids' lives. And just know, if you want to start a scholarship or visit with us about being part of this incredible gift to students, let me know. We are always open to take money. We always want new scholarships. Y'all saw this year we had several. I would like to ask at this time our distinguished alumni recipients and the president of the association, Mr. Barry Heitbrink, they're going to be up here to give you the next part of our program. Thank you.
Got it. Thank you, Leslie. The KISD Alumni Association was formed in 2003, and we held the first Distinguished Alumni Awards in 2005. This year marks not only the 25th anniversary of the Education Foundation, but the 20th year of our Distinguished Alumni Awards. Throughout the years, we have had the opportunity to honor 89 recipients through this program. A complete listing of all the past recipients is printed in the back of your program book. Tonight, we're happy to present 5 more impressive graduates of the Killeen Independent School District. The one thing that stood out to our committee as we reviewed so many worthy nominations was service to community. These authentically distinguished honorees have focused on service in their careers and in their community relations. I am honored to introduce our honorees at this time and highlight just a few things that make each one of them a truly distinguished alumni. First, Mitch Connell, Killeen High School class of 1976. He was nominated by David Pennington. Will the friends and family of Mr. Connell please stand? Mitch was born in Killeen, and Killeen is where he chose to live, serve, and raise his family. He started his career in music when he started playing the piano at 6 years of age. Music has been a part of his life from the beginning. Mitch honed his musical craft over the years through his experiences in choir and band. He has used his talents to bless others in our local community and outside of the Killeen area. He volunteers his time to help raise money for important causes, such as the arts and for scholarships for students. But Mitch is also a born salesman, and that skill has also been evident in his successful car sales business. The Connell family is synonymous with car dealerships, and the success Mitch had in this business has also allowed his generosity to various causes and organizations. Mitch credits his teachers and music directors from KISD for helping him focus and stay on track. His philanthropy is almost as famous as his musicianship, and today we are so thrilled to introduce Mr. Mitch Connell, Killeen High School class of 1976. Oh. First, and then we'll... You gave my speech for me. All right, here we go. Give her a chance to take a picture because she wasn't ready. All right. All right. Thank you. Back to you. Hi, Mom. Distinguished. That's hard for me to wrap my head around. Anyways, 50 years ago, I sat where you all sat right now. There was only one high school. It was the Killeen High School. The Killeen High School. Kangaroos. I was amazed that I even finished high school. Adulthood was right around the corner. I had no idea what I wanted to do. Though I was an average student, I'd been accepted into the college of my choice and planned to go there and study a lot. Not really. College was the next party destination for me, and I didn't last long there. I dropped out in my sophomore year because, frankly, I was tired of being broke. I already knew I was a good salesman, pretty good musician, thought I could make a living doing one or the other. Which would I do? I had a good education in both music and the basics, thanks to Killeen ISD, but since my grades were average at best, in class of 700, I was about 350. Those grades do not add up to my being distinguished. Maybe it's because I raised 2 good kids who are raising 6 more good kids. I went into business because I knew I could make an adequate living, and that would support my music habit. David Pennington had a lot to do with my finishing high school. That poor man, he had to put up with a lot from me. I was scatterbrained, often forgetting essentials that I would need to play in the band. He assigned
a more responsible older student, Sarah Lou Davis, to make sure that I got to wherever I needed to be with everything I needed. And Jackie Patterson, I have to give her credit. She had a lot to do with my success as well. Everyone, including me, was scared of her. She taught advanced grammar, and she had a reputation for being mean and impatient. I found that I had a real knack for advanced grammar for some reason. The straight A students came to me for tutoring. I was the teacher's pet in Mrs. Patterson's class. No one was more surprised than me about that. People that know me well know that I don't use perfect grammar, but I knew how to. Peggy Watson, Gretchen Williams, Elaine Clark, Dick Thomas, Bob McMinn, the high school principal, Nick Bolts, Martha Surface, Carol Moffett were among those in the huge village that it took to get me through high school. And I'm grateful to the district for shaping me into the person I am today. My advice to you who are about to graduate and move on, choose a vocation that you love, and you won't ever have to work a day in your life. Anything worth doing is worth doing well. If you don't have time to do it right, when will you have time to do it over? Anyways, I want to save a little as you go so you can buy groceries and medicine when you're old. Because insurance doesn't cover it all, I can tell you that I sold my business nearly 5 years ago, and so now all I do is play music. And I'm a way better entertainer than I am a public speaker, I assure you. If I had a piano, playing you a couple of tunes would have far greater impact than my speaking. I'm proud Mr. Pennington and the Education Foundation think I'm distinguished. Maybe Matt would have been more deserving of this honor. He was a lot less trouble than I was. Thank you for your kind attention, everybody, and good luck to the graduates.
Next, we will recognize Mr. Ralph Disher, Ellison High School class of 1979. Ralph was nominated by Megan Bradley. Will the friends and family of Mr. Ralph Disher please stand? Ralph Disher is another one of those rare folks who was raised here and stayed here to raise his family in Killeen. His wife Pam served as a teacher, administrator, and principal in KISD, and they have served the community well. As a law enforcement officer, Ralph served in several areas across Texas, always focusing on making the community safer for their citizens. After retiring from the state of Texas, Ralph did not stay home and enjoy being retired. His drive to keep communities safe continued to be in the forefront of his mind when he made the choice to join Killeen ISD. As a matter of fact, his service to Killeen ISD is unique, as he started as a teacher in criminal justice and ended his career as the Killeen ISD Chief of Police. Ralph diligently focused his efforts into making our school district safer for the staff and students. It is this diligence and attention to detail that has made Mr. Disher a true distinguished alumni. At this time, please help me welcome Mr. Ralph Disher, Ellison High School class of 1979.
Thank you. I'd first like to say thank you to the Foundation, the Alumni Association, and to Megan for nominating me and allowing me to share the stage with my daughter, who you'll get to meet in a minute. Killeen ISD's had a very big influence in my life. I went to Clifton Park, and 40 years into my law enforcement career, I ended up back at Killeen ISD with the police department. My wife, Pam, went to Fowler, and then she would spend 26 years with the district as a teacher and as an administrator. 1 year at Clifton Park as an assistant principal, and you'll see where I'm going with this in a minute. My son went to Clifton Park and began in education with the school district, was Teacher of the Year in 2012. And then my daughter went to Clifton Park, and she came back just a few years ago to share information with students at the Career Center and actually hosted them for an entire weekend so they could see how the inner workings of live television actually works. And for some that don't know, my dad, he retired from the military and then retired from civil service, and at the age of 70 came to work for the school district as an aide for 5 years until 75. So to say that the district's had a big impact on my life is just incredible. I wanted to go a little bit different route than academics and athletics. At the age of 12, my mother was diagnosed with cancer. And for the next 6 years, she would battle that disease. And towards the end of my junior year, she was told that she had a year left to live. And so she wanted to see me graduate from high school, and we didn't have the big event center that they have in Belton back then. You had to have it at the school, and it just so happened it was raining the day we graduated from high school. So we had it in the Ellison gym, and my dad wheeled my 78-pound mother in to see me graduate from high school. And 3 days later, she passed away. And I say that because just a few years ago, my wife was talking with Lois Farrell, who was an aide at Clifton Park Elementary. And she shared with Pam that when I wasn't able to come to events or things like that, that they knew that I was taking care of my mother. And it made me realize that even though I didn't share what I was going through with my teachers and staff and even with my friends, there were teachers and staff that knew. There were teachers and staff that provided me support and allowed me to have a bit of normalcy in my life that was not normal. And so for that, I thank you. I'm sorry. For the people like Bill Farley and Coach Blum and Elaine Clark, thank you for that. Thank you for providing me support, for being there with me, to be able to endure and persevere in the future. And for those of y'all that still work in the district, just remember that you have a big influence on students beyond what they may ever share with you. And for those of y'all that are graduating, know that there are people here that will still be there to support you now and in the future, and just continue to do great things as you go on with your career. Thank you so very much.
Our third honoree this evening is Mr. Charles Hollinger. He was nominated by Roxanne Tishner. Will the friends and family of Charles please stand? One thing you know when you meet Mr. Charles Hollinger is that he loves this town. He has lived, worked, and served in the Killeen area throughout his life. His legacy of service is known throughout the area, and it is that legacy that led the committee to choose Mr. Hollinger. Charles's education in Killeen ISD and the University of Houston spurred his entrepreneurial spirit to become involved in many business ventures throughout the Killeen and Harker Heights area. He has also shared his knowledge of business building with others. Charles has mentored many business leaders in our community, as he is always willing to teach others how to grow their businesses and investments. His generosity of spirit has led him to serve on many committees, including the Greater Killeen Chamber of Commerce and the Boys and Girls Club. He still seeks out opportunities to give back to the community he loves so much, and that is a blessing to all of us. It is now my pleasure to welcome Mr. Charles Hollinger, Killeen High School class of 1963.
If you haven't written it on yellow paper, you don't have it down very well yet. Yes, I have lived a very blessed life and would like to thank all those people that have intertwined in our lives while we've been in Killeen. I'd like to thank KISD for getting me beautifully prepared for the things that I would face in my life. I would be remiss if I did not mention a few of the folks who had been so good to us. I see first of all, I'd like to mention Ms. Colwell, who called my Spanish teacher, who called me aside one evening, one day after class, and suggested that I run for student council, student body president. I did, and I won. Shortly after that, Mrs. Janie Sullivan recruited me into distributive education. I was privileged enough to go to the state convention where I was elected as a state officer in DECA and won a scholarship from the Houston Retail Merchants Association to go to the University of Houston. Little did I know how much that would change the trajectory of my life. I had taken a SAT early enough in my junior year and had the grades I needed, had already been admitted to UT, already had my dorm assignment, but all of a sudden there I head off for Houston. The next thing that happened is when I got there, I had a job that I didn't know I had. The gentleman unknown to me who was chairman of the committee for the scholarship was the chief personnel officer for Foley's in Houston. So I spent the next 3.5 years going to school full-time and working full-time. I sold diamonds, watches, and fine jewelry, and when the repair department was busy, I learned how to size rings, solder, set stones, change watch movements. In addition, I became their diamond courier with their importer, so there were many days where I would get a pocket full of loose diamonds, go out, get on the Houston city buses, and ride 20 blocks down to the importers. Got to be great friends with Stuckey and Spear, the two proprietors of that. As time progressed, also as a freshman, I was a brash freshman. Friday was my day off, so I went back to the dorm to take a nap. At that point, my big brother storms in late in the afternoon and says, "Hollinger, get up, get on a suit, we're going to a dinner." I had not planned to go to the dinner, and the only reason he invited me is because his date stood him up. So I crawl out of bed, get on a suit, and wander over to the assembly area. At that point, there was quite a few hundred people there because it was a dinner for Senator John Tower. At that point, in walks a vision of loveliness that I had never imagined before. A little voice in the back of my head said, "Charles, you got to go meet this woman." And then it said it again, and it tapped me on the head again. And so I started off being a brash pledge and freshman. I started off across the room. Before I could get there, they called dinner, opened the doors, and this horde of people went in to eat dinner. At that point, Delta Sigs were on my left and the Zetas were on my right on one big table. There were 2 chairs left. So what do you think happened? I sat down, and who sat down beside me? Linda. Trying to start a light chat did not work well. She was sawing on her steak, which was incredibly tough, she tells me. At that point, she slips and scatters her green pea salad all through my mashed potatoes. Being a gentleman, I start handing the peas back to her, and then I start flipping them back to her, saying, "I think this one's yours, and this one's yours, and that one's yours." So that sparked a fairly good conversation, which has continued for 59 years. How was I to know that I was going to marry that woman in 3 years? As I finished my time in fine jewelry, Stuckey and Spear found out that Linda and I were about to be engaged, and so they invited Linda down to select a diamond. So they laid out big, long tables full of tissue paper with loose stones on them, gave her a loop, which is a little magnifying glass, and a pair of tweezers, and taught her how to judge diamonds as to color, clarity, carat weight, and so forth. And so she was able to pick out her own engagement stone, and at that point, I got to mount the stone for her. So things move along. We're now in January, the month we were planning to get married. UCLA and Houston met that year. They were number 1 and number 2, and that was fine, except the game was the same night the wedding was planned, and about half the attendants were were cheerleaders and so forth. So we ended up moving the date of our wedding. So one of the things, my greatest accomplishments, is a wedding ring that will not come off. I've grown into it after all these years. We then graduate together in May that year. U of H ring, the only other jewelry that I wear. It also has grown on to me. Shortly after that, we were a nation at war in Vietnam. And so I volunteered for Air Force ROTC, Air Force OCS, and reported to flight training and reported to San Antonio. First stop that day was the optometrist chair. I never made it any further. I had 20/20 vision and did not wear glasses. I went through all the captains, all the majors, most of the lieutenant colonels, until finally the old man came along. My eyes had been dilated 6 times that day. The old man comes along and says, "Son, follow me." So I thought, this is going to be tough. So we get into his office. He says, "Now, Charles, we need pilots, but you have an astigmatism that very few people are taught to look for. You are not safe at today's jet speeds, and neither is anyone anywhere around you, either friend or foe. So we are not going to spend the money to train you how to fly." Now, I realize that I'm passing on a general officer because you have all the earmarks of moving up to that rank, and we would be glad to have you. But if your heart's set on flying, unless they take this much time with you every time, the probability of your flying days are very short. And so I had always wanted to fly and thought I would be a commercial pilot. Well, I went around that corner, and all of a sudden, the plans changed. At that point, I'm back in Houston with a new wife and no job. Sure enough, DE comes along again. The state coordinator for that area calls and says, "Charles, we're trying to start a new distributive education program in Dickinson. Would you be interested?" I said, "Sure." He said, "Can you run down and interview with them?" I said, "Yes." I was there by noon, talked to Frank Crocker. By 1 o'clock, I was a teacher. Never started out to be a teacher, didn't have teacher credentials, but I had been a previous DE student and a state officer. And so that evidently qualified me. While we were sitting there talking, I said, "Oh, by the way, my wife has an elementary degree and is a math teacher." They said, "Fine, she's hired too." So they hired Linda sight unseen on my suggestion. So we did that for a few years. As time would permit, so now I'm not only not going to be I'm not going to be a pilot. With spending as many years spent 4 years in college as in the Student Senate, and so we did a number of different things. I thought by this point I would probably be a congressman or a senator, but that didn't turn out either. That was not the path I was supposed to follow. And so the reason I mention all this, as things go by, we then graduated. Go back a second. My last course in master's program was differential, integral, and application of calculus in 6 weeks in the summertime. That's tough, folks. Linda was my tutor because she had had all those with the NASA engineers years before over in the math department. She said I was a horrible student, but she stayed with it, and Christina, our oldest daughter, was taken care of by her grandmother while Linda was tutoring me. Anyway, I managed to survive and got my master's at that point. At that point, we were headed for Harvard for a PhD. We got to Killeen, My parents said they'd like to see us, so we all came to Killeen that summer for a visit. Dad took me down to the office and showed me how the business was coming. My mother gathered up my wife and my daughter, and they went looking for apartments. Well, back in those days, it was like 69. There were no apartments. Just because they recognized our last name, they were good enough to put us on a waiting list. So by noon, my mom said, hey, let's go look at houses. There was one house for sale that day. So the girls pull up in front of it, and it's for sale by owner. And it's important that they call in and make a reservation to see the house. So my mother trots up to the house. They warmly accept her in. So she motions for Linda and Chris to come in, which they do. It's a really nice 3-bedroom brick home over on Duval with fenced-in backyard, trees, grass, and everything you'd expect. Linda inquires as to other people who might be looking at it, and sure enough, there were 3 teachers who had gone out, who wanted it, had gone out to find funding. Linda asked about the details, and they told her it was assumable. Linda asked how much. They told her. She whipped out her checkbook and bought a house. That night after dinner, I told her I thought there was some good experience here in Killeen, that we should take 2 years out of the college program and come back and give it a shot and see what we could do to help the family. She said, well, how well that fits, because I bought a house today. Okay, that actually ended up her dad was an executive with Conoco and wrote most of the North Sea gas contracts. So she was a businessman's daughter, and she understood. It also set the stage for the next 50 3- and 4-bedroom homes we ended up accumulating over time. And sure enough, 4 years later, she found a bigger house over on Illinois that she made good friends with the folks who lived there who were being transferred. She ended up buying that one unaware. So you got to watch Linda. She, as goofy as some of the conversations get, it is important. So you take and you do many years involved in all these things. And I would be remiss if I did not mention Wallace Vernon, who has been my partner for longer than most marriages last. We became partners in '70, and we still are. It's been a wonderful deal. He's been a mentor, a tax advisor, a life advisor. We raised our kids, who are roughly the same age, together, and it has been a wonderful deal. Hopefully you will be lucky enough in your life to choose a wife as fine as the one that chose me, and also partners. It's just as important to do a good job on one as you did the other. Oh, I forgot to tell you, along the way, just a brief announcement. If you, having worked in diamonds and so forth and set them, if you think you have a loose prong on your diamond, the best way I know to tell you to do it is take an old pair of hose and rub it around on your ring. If it snags, you have a loose prong, and you need to get somewhere and get somebody to take care of it for you. So at this point, I would like to read for you a little bit. And these words are recorded for us in my favorite, the 29th chapter of Jeremiah. So for those of you who have won scholarships tonight, maybe your life will be as blessed as mine. You need to be prepared, and you need to be able to go around that next corner and be prepared. And when you get the opportunity or you face the problem, you can say, I can take care of that. And the scripture I want to read for you, it says, "For I know the plans that I have made for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, your plans to give you hope and a future." May that serve you well. I will fast forward now to the last little bit. I think you might enjoy this story. Remember, all honor and glory belongs to Him. I am only the servant. So We were standing in our kitchen out on East Tremere, where we had since built a home. And all of a sudden, we're standing there in the kitchen talking, and Roxanne, my youngest daughter, said, "Quick, call 911. He's having a stroke. I stand here before you tonight as a cancer survivor and a stroke survivor." So actually, the EMS folks were there in just a couple of moments. Next thing I did is I said, "Well, I think you're overreacting." The next thing I realized, I'm laying on the floor and they're working on me. The EMS folks are working on me. They tell me I had a stroke and I have to go to the hospital. They want to know where I want to go. So I said, "I'll go to Scott and White, please. They have all my records." Or as we know it, S&W, sit and wait. Okay. So at that point, they haul me off to Temple. They meet me at the door, wheel me in, do a blood test. Not more than 10 minutes later, the doctor is back in my room and says, "Mr. Hollinger, tell me about your blood." I said, "Well, the best I can tell, it's plain old Central Texas blood." She said, oh, no, not by a long shot. Looking at your records, I see that you had a blood clot and were here about 3 months ago. Are you still on your meds? Yes. What are you taking? And so I told her, as best I could pronounce all that stuff. And she said, "How lucky you are to be prepared. That is exactly what the regimen is that we were going to put you on. The same drugs in the same quantity. You just got a 3-month head start. You're going to get up from here today and walk out tomorrow morning. We're going to keep you overnight for observation. You get up and walk out of here tomorrow morning as though nothing ever happened." How about that? At that point, I realized that on reflection for this, that I had served on a blue ribbon committee in 2009. This was about 2016 that the emergency happened, to build new fire stations, buy ambulances, and fire trucks. How did I know they were going to put fire station number 8 one mile down the street from my house? That's what allowed them to get there so fast. So, what you do and the services you provide, even though you're not looking for honor or glory, and there's no way you can tell that what you're being prepared for will actually have a use in your life. But believe me, it does. So at that point, I will ask all of you to stand, if you will. I won't lead you astray. If you will follow after me and insert your name where it belongs. Lord, Lord, it's your servant Charles. Send me.
Our fourth honoree of the evening is Dr. Christina Love. She was nominated by Brett Williams. Will the friends and family of Dr. Love please stand? If you want to see what service to a community looks like, you need to look no further than Dr. Christina Dixon Love. Dr. Love has spent over 20 years serving military families, especially the spouses of our military service members. As a student in Killeen High School, she was a standout athlete in basketball, volleyball, and track. But her love of learning led her to earning her doctorate in executive leadership. Christina has received many prestigious awards, such as the Superior Civilian Service Award and the President's Award of the White House, Office of the White House, Her work with pioneering the spouse education tracking system supports employment opportunities by documenting learning achievements. This system provides support and accountability for our country's military spouses. By supporting spouses of our military service members, Dr. Love has made a lifelong impact with these spouses and their families. Over and over in her career, Dr. Christina Love used her educational background to make a difference in her career and in the lives of those she works with on a daily basis. I am honored to introduce Dr. Christina Love, Killeen High School, class of 1991.
All right, good evening, everyone. I am absolutely proud to say that I am a 1991 graduate of Killeen High School. And I want to congratulate our scholarship recipients and, of course, the other 2026 KISD distinguished alumni. But I do want to begin by simply saying thank you. It is truly an honor to be recognized as a Killeen ISD distinguished alumni, and I'm incredibly grateful for this moment. Thank you to Brett Williams for the nomination, and to the Killeen ISD Education Foundation Alumni Association for the selection. Now, if I'm honest, tonight feels a little surreal, because when I think about this moment, I can't help but think about the younger version of me. The little girl who once walked through the halls and sat in classrooms was simply trying to figure life out. She had dreams, she had questions, she had hopes for what life might become, but she had no idea where the journey would eventually take her. And I think that's what makes this moment so emotional for me, because when you're young, you don't realize that what feels ordinary at the time is actually helping to shape your life. You don't realize that the lessons, the encouragement, or the people who pour into you are all becoming part of your foundation. At the time, it just feels again like life. But looking back now, I can clearly say that Killeen ISD gave me more than an education. It gave me a foundation that would carry me through moments I cannot yet imagine, because life has a way of stretching you. And in those moments, you don't rise to what you wish you knew. You rise to what has already been built inside of you. And for me, so much of that began here. So tonight, while I stand here deeply honored, I know I do not stand here alone. I will carry with me every person who poured into me along the way. To the teachers who taught me, like Mrs. Maston from Haynes Elementary, may she rest in peace. Coach Carolyn Smith and Eltra Youngblood from Maynard Middle School, and Lois Davis and Coach June James from Killeen High School. Thank you. To my family and loved ones who prayed for me, supported me, believed in me, thank you. To everyone who has been part of this journey, this moment belongs to you too. And maybe that is the part that touches me the most. Because to be recognized by a place that knew me before the world did, before the accomplishments, before the titles, before life fully unfolded, that is truly a gift. And I imagine that little girl, the younger me, could never have seen this night coming. But I think she would feel peace knowing that it all worked out. And more than that, I think she would be proud. Not just because of where the journey led, but because through every chapter and every challenge, we kept going. So to Killeen ISD, thank you. Thank you for becoming part of my beginning. Thank you for helping shape who I've become. And thank you so much for this incredible honor. And if I could leave students with one thing tonight, it would be this. You do not have to have your whole life figured out right now to become something meaningful. Keep believing that you are what you are building today, even when it feels small. It matters more than you realize. Thank you.
Our last honoree of the evening is Mrs. Lindsay Disher-Mandia. She was nominated by Mrs. Megan Bradley. Will the friends and family of Mrs. Lindsay Mandia, please stand? You may all recognize Lindsay's maiden name because she is the daughter of fellow distinguished alumni, Mr. Ralph Disher. This is the first time we have the honor of introducing a father-daughter duo, and we could not be prouder of them both. Being educated in Killeen ISD is something that Lindsay Mandia is proud of. In fact, she has said on many occasions that the teachers she had while attending KISD not only provided her tremendous support, but also instilled in her the idea that she could do anything possible and to not be limited in experiencing success in life. Lindsay's career path led her to national sports production with Fox Sports and recently to a new role as the senior manager of live sports at Netflix. She has also received countless awards, including 2 Emmys, Outstanding Live Sports Series and Outstanding Live Sports Special. What is even more impressive is her willingness to give back to others. She has returned to her roots here in Killeen ISD to speak to students interested in broadcasting, television, advertising, production, and journalism. She also hosted KISD Career Center students at the Circuit of the Americas racetrack in Austin. Students were able to get a behind-the-scenes look of what is involved in producing pre-race and post-race shows, as well as the race itself over a 2-day weekend. It is this commitment to giving back wherever she may live and work that make Lindsay such a great example of our students here in Killeen ISD. Please help me welcome Lindsay Disher-Mandia, Harker Heights class of 2006.
All right, I know I'm closing this out. I'll try to be quick. I did not put mine on yellow paper. I'm sorry. I also typed it. I apologize. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you. What a truly incredible honor to have been selected to stand up here today and to represent our community, our district. It truly is a privilege. I'm going to steal a quote from someone. Only my cousin Kim might get this one. It's from NASCAR Cup Series champion Brad Keselowski. I don't know if anyone out here watches NASCAR, but he said once that life is a team sport. And I'm confident the only way I'm standing up here today is because of the incredible team that supports me. First, to my steadfast husband, the love of my life, the man that encourages every dream, sees me through every struggle, is always there to cheer me on and never afraid of a new adventure. My husband, Eric, our 2 beautiful daughters who inspire me to see the best in the world every single day, Olivia and Ella. A man I'm lucky enough to call my brother and my best friend, Jared. My incredible extended family who have always been by my side, never missing a moment, represented by tonight. There's a whole row of them here. The countless KISD teachers, educators, counselors, and community members who invested in my life, including Miss Heitbrink, who's here tonight, and Miss Sullivan, we saw earlier, Clifton Park Elementary. And of course, my forever guiding light, the man who told me I could do anything, I could be anything, there were no limitations to my dreams, that the only thing that could ever stand in my way or stop me in life was myself, and that's my father, Ralph. But tonight, we know it's all about recognizing distinguished alumni within the Killeen Independent School District, and there's no single person in our family who embodies a truly remarkable alumni more than my own mother, Pam Disher. After starting her career as an X-ray tech, my mom, with 2 children in tow, and her husband, returned to college to earn her bachelor's degree, and then went on to serve this very district for 26 years. First in the classroom, and then through various leadership roles, guiding and molding teachers, opening brand new schools, all while continually caring deeply and immensely about the youth in this area. Her mission has always been bettering the life of each of her students through education, truly knowing their stories, and encouraging them to achieve all they could be. Simply put, my mother, Pam, is the best in all of us. She embodies what this incredible community and district is all about. She gives back, she empowers, and she spent her life in service to others. And I know I, along with thousands of others in this district, have received the blessing of her teaching, guidance, and most of all, her love. So tonight, more than anything, it's about you, Mom. Thank you for instilling in me what a life well lived looks like. Thank you for laying the foundation of service, sacrifice, and of love. For showing me what it looks like to get right, both actively pursuing your career and raising a family. I am who I am today because of you, and no thank you could ever be enough. Thank you for making KISD a place where students can thrive, flourish, and go on to achieve their greatest dreams. There's no greater honor in this life than getting to be your daughter. This one's for you, Mom. I love you. Thank you.
We are so proud to honor each of these distinguished alumni tonight. They are all very deserving. We know there are a lot of amazing graduates of Killeen ISD schools, and honoring the best of the best once a year is an honor and a blessing. So if you know of a past graduate of any of our Killeen ISD high schools who is distinguished in their profession and community service, we encourage you to nominate them for a future award. I also want to just add that out of all the graduates that are receiving scholarships and going on, we hope to see you up on this stage one day, okay? The application form is available on our Alumni Association website. Now, will you please join me in welcoming Dr. King Davis, Superintendent of Killeen Independent School District, to provide final remarks.
All right, thank you, Barry. And thank you to our 2026 distinguished alumni. And congratulations to our students. I know we are all inspired by each of these 5 amazing honorees. It is apparent to anyone listening this evening that we can see how Killeen ISD played a pivotal role in each of the honorees' journeys, not only through their education, but also into their thriving lives. These honorees are making impacts not just in their local communities, but throughout the world. As the superintendent of Killeen ISD, I can truly say we are so proud for you and the work that you've done and will continue to do. Each year, we also have the unique opportunity to see our current students and their accomplishments. We love meeting our exceptional 2026 graduates and celebrating their plans after graduation. Tonight is a beautiful picture of how Killeen ISD continues to educate and prepare our amazing students for life after high school. I would like to thank each of you for coming out tonight to celebrate our scholarship recipients and their distinguished alumni. I know we have already recognized our KISD Board of Trustees, but I would like to take a minute to thank them again for not only supporting this event, but also for their commitment to service for our students, our staff, and community. Thank you, Board, for being here. I would like to congratulate the Killeen ISD Education Foundation and the Alumni Association. This year is a special one, as the Education Foundation is celebrating their 25th silver anniversary. Congratulations. For the past 25 years, the foundation and their board of directors have worked tirelessly to raise funds to make a difference in the lives of students and staff. These folks are dedicated community members and business leaders who remain focused on enhancing the education of all students in Killeen ISD. Will current and former members of the Alumni Association and KISD Foundation please stand up and let us show you a bit of love for all that you do for our students and staff of KISD. Please. Okay, so a little bit about some featured upcoming events. Please mark your calendars for some important upcoming events. First is our annual Star Makers Recognition Banquet on Thursday, May 14th. Our Star Makers Banquet is a wonderful evening recognizing our top 60 academic scholars and the KISD educator who has made a profound impact on their learning. This is an amazing time of celebration, and we would love to see you there. Also, our director, Leslie Gilmore, has told me we still have sponsorships and tables available, so if you're interested. We also hope you'll save the date for the 8th annual Bill Yowell Memorial Sporting Clays Classic on September 26th at the Ferris Wheel. We hope to see you at these awesome events. Killeen ISD is strong and resilient, and we know we're facing some challenges ahead of us. What we count on as a district is support from our community, because we certainly can't do it alone. We will continue to strive every day to make a difference in the lives of our students, our staff, and our local community. When we all work together to make an impact, just like these students and distinguished alumni, that impact will last for generations. I would personally like to thank all of you for your support and encouragement you have given our district this year. We love this community and this school district, and we're grateful, very grateful for each of you. Finally, I'd like to say special thanks to the individuals of the Alumni Association and the Education Foundation who helped plan and prepare this evening. And thank you again to let us do the cooking for food, for providing the wonderful food this evening. So as we close, I know many of you want to personally congratulate and visit the distinguished alumni recipients, but I would like to ask that you wait just for a few minutes. We would like to take a group picture. So could all the Alumni Association board please come forward for a group picture? And again, thank you. This concludes the evening. Thank you all, and safe travels, and God bless. Thank you.